This is a watercolor paper and a leather piece that I happen to have. And I ended up taking and making a watercolor pad, a little bitty miniature one. And so what I am going to do is I am going to experiment. Ooh, I am getting ready to experiment with watercolor paint with, you know what, I'm not going to do this way this time. It's something I'm really experimenting. You know what? Let's take the plunge. Let's not be whatever. So this is a new way of kind of doing a watercolor, but I think I'm gonna turn it this way. How about that? That way it'll be flatter on this end, and I have to get something to hold this down really quick. Okay, check it out. Okay, now if I do it that way, it's gonna be flapping over. Okay, so I'm trying to keep these areas flat. I still should be able to do it, but I was really trying to do it where this won't flop up, because I'm going to make dots with this thingy. I've just found this. Just ordered the other day, and it's this. I got it from Amazon, so there it goes right there. Amazon. Ooh, I don't know if that's even getting in the whole shot. There we go. I'm gonna turn it sideways. Just turn your head sideways with me. Cause see, I don't know how to do the tripod. Be patient. Okay, check this out. Look. Okay. It's 18 in here, and this is the company. And this is all the thingamajigs that it can do. It's a fine tip application bottle that I put water in. It's just water. You could use a little tip for a lot of different things. You can actually put glue in here. You can, but it's about the tip that you're supposed to. I'm actually going to get another thinner one, but it's about the tip and the bead, the water bead that it leaves, is what I'm playing around with. Okay. Well, let me just say, for the sake of me experimenting, this is going to end up probably being abstract. But, again, I'm experimenting. And as I'm experimenting, nah, I can't tell you that story right now. It's just, well, yeah, I can, or maybe not. I remember years ago, I was making something for my kids. And I always kind of like back then was telling them, oh, I'm experimenting. And I forgot which one said this. It said, one time when I was experimenting, they was like, oh, mama, can you not experiment anymore? But I made some good experiments, okay? They were like my little guinea pigs, I guess. Anyway, so anywho, you see how what that did. Then let me show you on my hand. See that? That's a bead of water. That's another bead of water. But see, for me, these are too big for this little pad. Now, when I get the other bigger pad, the watercolor pad, it'll be appropriate. But look at this bead. See, but this thing, you could barely touch it. Look at that. You barely touch it. And now it doesn't like it when I turn my hand sideways, it does. But that's why I'm trying to hold the side down. But look at that. Look at this. Look at this. If it's laying flat, but you just got to barely press this thing, man. This is with these bottles. So I'm experimenting in using these bottles. If I can't use it for this, I can use it for something else. So here we go again. So before I say anything else, I hope everything's going well with you. How you doing? Oh, that's right. I can't hear you, but you can hear me. Anywho. And here's a dot. Ooh, let me see. Is it in the shot? Okay. Here's a dot. Oops, that's a big dot. And this is way not flat enough. Okay. Here's another dot. I'm trying to make them really small because they do run into each other if you're not careful. And then next time I may not even use this type of paper. And the reason why, the smaller one. I have to use, see how close that is? That's way too close. It can bleed together. But anyway, I'm going to just do those three. I'm getting a little antsy here. Oh, this thing is under here. Check it out. So what I'm going to do, which I did not do, I could use this to pour into these, but that's not the purpose of me getting those. Okay, so you see how I did that to water my little pool over here of purple? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just touch it. See, that's making that little bead purple. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that the coolest? I wish I had, not wish. I don't like using that word. I'm not a witch, so I'm not going to be wishing. Okay, here. There you go. Look at that. See? It turning purple. That's the coolest. And by that, this is ARTEZA. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's a set, and I can't get to that because I'll move my thingy here. But look, this is 3x0, and these are fine. This is a new set for me too, so this is fine. The way you handle them and stuff like that is really cool because it's smaller, but the larger part of the other paintbrushes are cool for me to use. So let me without any further ado, I think I'm kind of procrastinating on purpose because I'm experimenting. So here we have that. Isn't that pretty? Now we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna, where did my water thingy go? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let that go. Look, check this out. Look at how that spreads. See how that spreads? Okay. And I'm not gonna overthink it. A lot of people will tell you that don't overthink stuff. I'm trying to make petals. Oh, by the way, today, oh my gosh, spring is one of my favorite seasons. I was able to go out and take some beautiful pictures. Like, that's something else I like to take and add and post too, because a lot of my pictures I take, it just stirs me up to have other ideas of how to copy what I see in nature, you know, how God created it and make it look original. Now, see, for the most part, I put way too much purple in there. And the thing about watercolor that makes watercolor very unique and very pretty and whatnot is sometimes when it's water on water. Now, not all the time I will say water on water is my forte, so whatever you want to call it. But I'm just playing around with this to kind of give you an idea what that whole dot thing. Now, some people have done a whole lot more than myself. I just discovered, I saw another young lady do this a while back, and I saw it again. I said, let me play around with this and see what I can come up with when I play around with taking and doing this whole pool thing. And you know what? Somebody's not all the way I got a lot of my stuff around, but there's certain things I don't have to kind of soak. See how this is? That's way too much. And I can take, like, here we go. I was trying to use a Q-tip, but I don't have my Q-tips handy. I have a paper towel, and I'm going to kind of soak a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Not too much. Oops. Not too much. Not too much. Ooh. Not too much. And, you know, that's why I want to encourage people. Just play around sometimes. It's the fun. And with watercolor, like I've said a lot of times, with watercolor, it has sometimes a mind of its own. It has a mind of its own. And I'm really not trying to blot up too much of this purple to keep some of the darker spots there. And there we go. I drunk up some of it with the tip of this paper towel or a napkin. And yeah, I still got a lot more on there. So, let me drink up a little bit more up on in this little petal over here. Man, just saying. Give me a break here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't want it to be too light because I just don't want it to be too light. So I'm going to add on some more purple here. And I'm trying to encourage people to just experiment, because I just recently, in the last few years, picked up doing watercolor. And guess what? I'm seasoned in age, you know. And so why I say that is because when I was led, and I know I was led because me being in the area of doing watercolors, I hadn't done since grade school. And you all, that's been a long time. It's been a long, long time since then. So when did I start doing this? Playing, just because I've always kind of like sketched, but just doing watercolor and acrylics and stuff like that, I kind of like, ruh-roh, like I didn't know, because to me, if I can remember when I was younger, watercolor wasn't so much my thing. I did do watercolor when I was younger, but I was more of a crafter, slash seamstress kind of like. Give me a moment here. Trying to figure out where my little water jug is at. My water jar. And so these little accents I'm putting on there, if you can see it, it's really starting to come out really pretty here. Let me get my hand so it won't shadow that right there. See that? See, it just adds some kind of sort of depth to it. The paint that I'm using today, because I have different types of brands that I use when I'm playing around, because I'm still, again, experimenting with a lot of stuff. I even thought about doing experimenting with let's see here. Oh, I sure can. Okay. I thought also with experimenting with kids paint. And I did really about a month ago at a function I was helping this young lady with, and I had some kiddos, and we were using kids acrylic paint. Now, as far as it being archival, again, want to explain what archival is for somebody that may not know what that means. It means that when you're done with the picture or the painting, and you want to be able to put it away, for storage, archive it, get it archived, or it can be the archival part also means that the richness of it won't fade away, or it will stay close to the original painting of whoever painted it, however they wanted it. And of course, there's a lot of different things that can damage a painting, like sun, can definitely make it fade out. When I think of faded, excuse me, when I think of faded, excuse me, you all, I'm just being honest, telling you something personal. I'm trying to talk and have bubble gum in my mouth. But I've been on this bubble gum thing, like double bubble. Just saying, it's something I like, for real. Like, and I do sometimes use this side part of this to kind of swish around colors and stuff, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just really trying to I'm trying to make that part. Let me see, where is my, oh wow, I don't know, what did I do with that? I had it right here, you all. I'm talking about, give me a second. Trying to find me water. Here we go, one of them. Look, y'all, I repurposed a little bit of everything. Just saying, here we go. Guess what was in there? You can read. Guess what's in there? Once upon a time. So I use it for it's glass. This was some salsa got at Aldi's. That's for you all that's in the States. I know what I'm talking about. Some people don't know what Aldi's is, but it's a food store that you can get some really cool discounted meals or food in. So anyway, that's my bigger jar. I had a smaller jar because I don't want too much bulky stuff up here unless I'm using my big brushes. But listen. So I did that. And here's my rag. I'm going to just douse just a little bit. You got to be careful with the tip of these. And also another thing that I learned is never leave your paintbrush in the water. It can ruin your brush. And never leave if your paintbrush is drying, don't put it back in the jar and have it vertical, meaning up and down, straight up and down. Don't do that because you mess up the water goes down in here and it messes whatever. It was something I learned not to. I can't remember what it's called. It's a shaft. Let's call it a shaft. A shaft here where that can leak, not leak, but take and absorb down into this in this area too, where there's wood. It can cause swelling. I'm just guessing here when I say it can probably get mold up in there. But anyway, let me get done here. Y'all just trying to hang on to me. That's all I'm saying. I love you. Okay, so check this out. Listen, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'll put a little pink in there. Somebody got to be doing the most. Some of us. Now, this is dry. I was going to use my dryer. I got my dryer right here. I was going to use that, but it looks like the way this was so small, I probably could have blew it with blowing my breath on it. And I've never done that before. But listen, with all purposes intended, somebody that I was listening to and how they shared, they're talking about they prefer not, it's not really, this is a heating gun. And I also use a hair dryer for you all that like, oh, okay, this is expensive. Well, go to the Goodwill, go get a used hair dryer. I tell you, I'm going to share as many tips as I possibly can about how I do some things in things. Okay, and so, and by the way, for you all that are in ministry and whatnot, a reason why I'm also putting this on top of there too is so if I happen to knock it over, it won't be spilling because I have a lot of wires around me and whatnot. And anyway, for you all that do ministry, I tell you, we actually forget how to do things to enjoy life. We just ministry back home and go to sleep, get sick, don't really exercise, and just really allow ourselves to get beat up. Not just, and then we be out on the spiritual streets. Oh, Lord have mercy. We need to have a reset. So this is something I do along with other different things too. I think I shared a few things on the craft things that I do. And I know that there's more to come in that area, but check this out. I'm just making little dots in there. Trying to free fall it. Let me rinse off my brush again here. I really wanted a little darker. What y'all think? You think I should do a little darker? You think that might work? I might have to go ahead and put a little red in there, but see all that right there? Oh, look at that. Boom. Okay. Oh, guess what? I thought of this. I have been really trying to encourage people, and you'll probably hear me say it several times. I'm not apologizing because I really mean this, is that let the focus be the focus. By the way, today is April the 7th, 2025 in the evening time. And so let the focus be the focus. What am I meaning? What am I saying? Oh my goodness, what is she saying? Let the focus be the focus. The focus being God. Let him be the focus. And all this stuff that's going on, this drama, like everywhere. And I only have one life to live, people. I know you all do too, you know, and um, when it comes truly down to it, I think that's a little bit, that's cool right there. I want to go ahead and throw some red in there. When it comes to, um, when it comes to putting our attention on what's important, we got a lot of important things going on all around us, okay? And we do. We just have a lot of things that are important, and not to literally, I'm not trying to make a pun, but I'm not trying to water down what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a little corny. Don't apologize about that either. But we need to give God our undivided attention, and everything else will fall into line. And I'm talking from experience, because you can get caught up. Anybody can get caught up, because it just like these storms, you know, that's going on in this time of the year, that storms and floods and tornadoes and earthquakes. It's just like boom, the drum roll, like it's like intense. And we know we've normally have seen at this time of the year those kind of things going up, but now this is these things are at the record breaking proportions of things going on. So so like I said, we have to pause for the cause of the Most High God, right? And so when I was saying something a few moments ago, I just wanted to drop off into a song that is an old song. Um, Excuse me, it's an old song, but it's bringing the attention to the Lord, and it says, "I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. Let it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. Let it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. Now, when I just sung that, the last time that I just sung this last time, the verse there, I had a moment where I was kind of like conscious of, like, you know, how I sound, but it really is not for y'all. That's for Father. Just saying, I love y'all, but it's about, He knows where we are in our heart, and when we're singing, when we're praying, when we're just listening. He just knows where we are, and we want to acknowledge Him. So I put a little bit of dots in there, and yeah, that's gonna work. Okay. So just kind of give you an idea. Like I said, this is let's see here. This is a handmade excuse me, this is a handmade um a handmade here's a one of a pencil. You see how big it is? It's a little tiny thing. I saw somebody do this, and I had to go make me one, because I looked it up and it was the price. So it's just like, I'm not feeling it. Plus, I had this piece of leather. I said, I'm just going to go ahead and whip this up, this particular paper, because once again, I make what? Experimenting. I just went ahead and threw this together so I can put it in. Now, let me show you this really quick. this is where I put it inside this. Now this is all the brushes, and I threw a couple other things in there. This is the brush. Is it? Let me show you. Oh, I think I'm kind of too close to this camera, and because I really can't see it everything all the way, and I'm gonna have to review all this. Listen, I'm gonna say this to y'all. I know you all. I'm not editing anything, and on this one, this is the free time. I'm just including y'all in. This is. Listen, I joke about this, but I'm not. It's not really a funny joke, but I'm just like, this is kind of like my therapy time. We need time to unplug, turn off that TV, turn off that phone. This just is, we need to unplug. Okay, so anyway, so what am I doing next? I kind of like this like this. And I could put a little verse down here. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just leave it alone. I can let it dry and maybe go ahead and do my Micron pen deal. I'm going to give that a couple seconds. And let you all know that I did, if you didn't have an opportunity to watch the post from earlier, I'm still doing Matthew chapter 5. Started off with the Beatitudes. And so I shared a whole lot of painting things yesterday too. If you want to if you want to take the time and look at that too. Oh, this is, like I said, this is ARTEZA paint. Look there. Here we go. There's ARTEZA paint. Here, let me move this little pad really quick. Here's the ARTEZA paint. I got this from Michael's. And you used to get it at Joann's, but they're closing. We're not talking about that. I don't like it when I see places closed, because for years the Lord will reveal some things to me about things closed, and it's like, oh man, bummer. Okay, look at all them beautiful colors. This is the one that is, I try to keep the box so I can remember the particular, because they got several different sets. They got a metallic set, and this is not the metallic set. This is the premium set, and these are the colors it's supposed to do. And can you see that really good? Okay, yeah. These are the things it's supposed to do. This is that. Look at this, you all. Look, this thing come with a little. Look at this little water penny thing where you put water in here, and then you have. Let me show this real quick. And you have that. I haven't even used this one because I have other brushes I'm using, but when I'm on a run and I'm out there and out and I can paint, and I just happen to want to do a little doodle, I can do it that way too. But this right here, this is called a pan, or like where you put all your paint, and if you want to mix it, you can pre-mix it over here, and it does like that. Look at that. Isn't that quite essential? Look, boom. All right, so so this is the colors that they have, and they actually come with these. Look at that, a black one, so you can see what it's like to do. You know what, I have this in the wrong one. This is the one that's the metallic, that goes in the metallic case, so that's out of order. But look, this is this one, and then it gives you some tips on the back, some instructions. But these are colors that are in this palette. Now the other thing that I had, it was for the metallic set that I have, and I'm really trying to figure out, did I do that right? But yeah, anyway, the metallic colors can go on white and on black paper. But this, check us out. So you just go ahead and put that like a little miniature library. Okay, y'all pray for me, because I have things about libraries. I really like libraries. Okay, so there goes the art, and then you close this thus far like that, and you can put it to the side. I'm gonna check this out. It's almost like having all these are like having my bullets and artillery. And okay, so like I was telling you all this stuff about how you set your brush and all this other stuff, you really shouldn't lay it flat. I think you're supposed to lay it like say, all right, excuse me, say this is the flat surface, and I'm trying to do it where you say this is the flat surface, and you laying it like this. Well, you need to be laying like this so it can drain. So there is some a thing that I have that you can hold hold the thing like this. That I'm trying to explain to where the camera is. It's almost like it's gonna be vertical up and down, and the bristle part, the bristle part is at the end, so where it is drying in this way. So I got to get to that here in a second. By why I'm waiting on that, but you see all these various, the artillery. You see all the goodies. I have selections of. Even have a little miniature dagger in there. Man, I'm gonna tell you that dagger, the bigger dagger, is a long story, but it's just the way it's almost like you're singing on the page when you're using and stroking. It's like you're taking and not pirouetting it. It's almost like you're dancing on a page. So here we go. All right, so this is dry. I did all that talking and did allow that time really there to let this dry. So see, this is really good and dry. See, that's good and dry. Let me see if that's still in the shot. Is that still in the shot? Is that the money shot right there? Okay, see. All right, so I normally sometimes put in little bitty, I forgot if this, okay. This is too fat. Oh, man. This is too fat. Okay, y'all. Look like I'm going to have to use another. Oh, it's way over there. You know what? I am going to, for the sake, because this is too fat. See how that is to me? That is a size 8, and it's just too fat. I'm trying to figure out if I'm just going to go, because I just put away my other Micron pens just so I can make the surface clear, because I had everything out here for another painting I was doing, which hopefully I can share that one too. But this one, okay, here's an example really quick behind this one. Because this is a smaller painting, I don't want to use a bigger black tip pen because it can be overwhelming, and I want that whole like gentle, like floral feel to it. And you know what? In real time, if I could, let me see if I can do that. You see how this is thin? You see how that? Let me move my pudgy fingers out the way. Let me see. Is that right? Okay. Is this right? You see how this thin around there? This is our watercolor and Micron pen, right? And that watercolor right here, that's not pencil. That is actually gray paint. Watercolor, that's orange. This is turquoise. But if you look at it, let me see if I can get it even closer. And see how that is? See how that is? I kind of botched up. But it's tiny work. And it's something that I believe that you do get out of doing little small paintings as a means of exercise. And it's supposed to be, normally this would be fast, but I just started, like I said, doing this whole miniature one. It's not a whole lot of pages in here, but it's just enough for me to play around with. And I don't want to make it too bulky because, as you can see, just getting this thing, look how bulky that is. And so this is the way I do it. And see, it's dry, so it's okay. It's safe to do this. I did it like this. And I made another watercolor pad. One day I'm going to share it. I think you all will like it. Look at that. Check that out. And then you wrap it all up in there like this. See? All nestled in like, what's that called? A pig's in a blanket. Let's quit talking about pigs. Ugh. Anyway, I do this. And I come over here and I have my little MACRAMADE wannabe stuff right here. I can loop it there, but I did like this and did like this and did like this and wrap it around like so. And then let me move my little clips out of the way. And then I tie it like so. And when I don't have these gloves on, I have a bow. But I'm not going to take these gloves off because I'm getting ready to do another project. But I just wanted to share this with you all. Look how small it is. And it's literally handmade. Yes. Something about handmade is on point for me. especially now these days. But I have it normally where I can make a bow right here. But I have these anyway. I do this for more than one reason. For one, because I'm washing my hands all the time. So I'm serving more than one purpose other than getting my hands out gunky with paint, and because I'm getting ready to work with a different type of paint, which is I could talk to you about another time. But with this, as I have this glove on, I have a moisturizer on my hand, and my hand's been drying out because I've been washing my hands. I am that hand washer, y'all. I'm just saying. I looked up the other day. What was I doing? I was at church. And I was lifting my hands and praising the Lord. And I looked down and I'm like, oh, my hands are so ashy. All I have to do is go fellowship with someone to go shake a hand. It was just like, oh, are we at the meal? You know what the meal is, right? A sawing meal, because I was surely ashy. Not that that has anything to do with ashiness, right? I'm thinking wood. Never mind. That didn't make any sense. But anyway, I'm being transparent with you. I am here today just sharing with you, loving on you wherever you are. Hopefully you're having an awesome evening and or day or a week, or you may not ever see this until next month. Whatever the case is, just continue to be you in the Lord, right? I like that. Oh, that's snazzy. Just be you in the Lord. Okay. Because I don't like it when people say I do me. Well, me is not good enough. There's a whole lot of flesh I ain't trying to smell or hear. Oh, excuse me. Ouch. Anywho, I love you all. And hopefully I'll be able to share with you something more this week. I don't know how often I'm going to do this part of it. I really do want to finish up the remainder of the come on, let me think the sharing the scriptures. And for you all that don't know what I'm doing, some of the stuff that I'm doing, I'm sharing scriptures, and some of the scriptures that I'm sharing, I'm actually showing my Bible, and showing people that are in other areas where they have to hide and look at scriptures if they get caught for it. And I'm praying, continue praying for my brothers and sisters everywhere that has to hide and look at scriptures. So with that being said, I am going to definitely bid you adieu. I love you in the love of the Lord. God bless. Bye-bye. Whoops. Okay. Wait a minute. Where's the out button? Okay.